If you're thinking about retirement at this early age, then you are in the right spot. So you might be wondering, how much should I be saving a month so that I could be able to retire? Well, if you're just saving and saving without investing, you're probably not gonna make a lot of money. So let's have a criteria. Suppose you retire at 62 years old and you're gonna live up to 90. So you have 28 years to live after you retire. So I basically want to know what's the minimum amount of money so I can retire comfortably. And so I added up all the expenses. As you can see here, I have all the expenses from rent, cars, transportation, food, you name it. And I added all up, and here we have about approximately $5,000. What this means is that you should be saving a good amount of money so that you can have at 62 years old $5,000 a month. So how do you do this? All I really did was multiply the number of months in those 28 years and multiplied times 5,000 to accumulate the amount of expenses. The amount is not exactly 5,000, as you can see here, 4,140. Changes depending on what state. This is mostly for, let's say, California. You're retiring in California. How much would you need to save? Now, suppose you are 30 right now. The earlier you start, the better. Let's say you're 30, you start working, you have a career, that you're saving money. How much would you have to save? So let's use this calculator right here. At 8% interest you're getting from an investment, I don't know which investment, talk to a financial advisor. That if you can get 8% or 10%, because let's say we have inflation of 2% a year, you want to get 8%. So when we calculate how many months times the expenses, we get a total of $1,680,000 to your name after you have invested. So to be able to make $5,000 a month, every month from 62 to 90, you need to have $1,680,000 to your name so that you can withdraw $5,000 every month until you're 90. How do you do that? Well, I used this calculator and I started guessing, and I eventually got to about $1,000 a month with 8% interest. Of course, you could change the interest. Right here, we suppose you're saving for 32 years. And so after saving for 32 years, about $1,000 a month, you should have this $1,680,000 and you'll be fine. Now, is it realistic? Could somebody really save $1,000 a month with these jobs we have right now? Personally, for me, I'm not making that much money. I am if I am working overtime and 6 days a week and with roommates. That's my current condition. But if I were to live by myself from 30 to 62, working that much, it's unsustainable. This brings me to a conclusion that if you want $5,000 a month to pay for your assisted living and all the other more expensive health care and such expensive things for the elderly during your retirement, you need to get a high paying job right now. Otherwise, you may have to reduce your living expenses dramatically in a dramatic way when you're in your retirement years. The worst case scenario, I'll go to Mexico, live over there, pretty much everything costs about half as here. So in reality, I should only be saving $500 a month. That's super realistic to me. $1,000 a month. If you're making more than $70,000 a year, you should be able to do that, maybe. But if you're making less than 70,000 and you're living by yourself, and it's gonna be very tough because your rent's currently very expensive, and if you have kids and you want kids, that's very expensive. So it makes it even harder to save money. What I'm pretty much saying is, it does matter how much you make a year, and it also matters how are your expenses, how high are they? Are they able to be low enough so that you are able to save this amount? So if you're able to focus more on the amount of money you should be saving, that would help you cut out your expenses. But at the same time, it's easier to make more money than to cut expenses. There's a certain point where you just can't cut anymore. you sacrifice too many things, life is not enjoyable. So I would preferably seek something that pays more. That way I can save for my future. And at the same time, while saving, I don't have to cut back on my pleasures of life. I want to enjoy life at a young age, not just save money so that I am old and I'm not able to travel and do fun things. I want to be able to live life young during my best years. So, what do you think? You are young right now. You should be going for the job that pays most so that you are able to enjoy life and save for retirement. If you are able to come up with much lower expenses as I show you in this spreadsheet, let me know in the comments below how many of you agree or disagree with these expenses. I pretty much got it from this website right here. And if you find something more resourceful to show people that it could be cheaper to live when you're 62 years in retirement, then please leave in the comments, let others know. Otherwise, if you don't make it like me and save that much money, I'm going to Mexico and you can join me in Mexico and we'll have a great time over there. So I suggest to you, play around with this calculator. That way you know how much would saving whatever amount you plug in here will give you at the end of however many years you have till retirement. So if you're 40 and your retirement is at 62, like I am implying, then you have 22 years. If you're 20, you have a lot more time and you are able to save maybe less per month, and then that compound interest kicks in, so you don't have to save as much. Just play around with it. If you're in your 50s and you never saved a dime, then it should probably be a sign that you should look to, I don't know, talk to a financial advisor. I'm not a financial advisor. I'll lose all your money probably. That pretty much concludes my video. And everybody's different. Just realize everybody's different. Everybody's going to have different circumstances. So plug in the numbers, see what you get, project your future, how it's going to be, how you think your expenses are going to be, where you want to be at. And remember, you also want to enjoy life in your best years. So you have to think about that as well. So I'll see you on the next video. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing, commenting, and sharing. See you on the next video. Bye-bye.